We're live.
Hi
To
guys,
tape.
good afternoon. No, good evening.
Or whatever time it is.
Yeah,
Could be
good
afternoon,
morning.
evening,
Good
morning, night.
afternoon. Yes,
We
yes.
never know. Why don't you put in the comments when you watch? That might help us a little bit too.
Yeah, you can
Find out.
put where you are out right now, guys.
Yeah, we'd like to hear from you. We read all the comments, by the way. We sometimes don't get a chance to respond to all of them, but we sure do read them all, and we really like hearing what you got to say. So tell us where you're listening, when you listen, all that kind of stuff. So our thought for today has to do with when foreigners come over here, you have to get around somehow. And the lighting is just terrible. I apologize for the lighting. Looks like I got two black eyes. And when you come over here, you want to get around somehow, and you need money for that. So, that's Mahal's hand. We're not editing, so you got a good look at her hand. It's really cute. So, how much do you need to get around? Well, let's think of all the different transportation modes.
So guys, if you want to come here in Valencia, Bukidnon, so we're going to do the budget from Cagayan de Oro going to Valencia, Bukidnon. Since we have our friend from YouTube, actually, that he's coming next month, and then so from Cagayan de Oro coming here, we'll do the transportation budget. If if you are not going to rent a car from Laguindingan International Airport going to the bus station, probably the cost there is around 500 pesos. Yes, from Laguindingan International Airport going to going to what's that bus station, Agora bus station. If you want to ride a taxi, I think the meter there is kind of really expensive.
Taxis usually are,
Yeah, maybe around 1,000 pesos or less than that. And then from Agora International, no, from Agora bus station, like you will ride a bus, typically bus, rural transit bus. The the fare there is around 300 no 290 pesos from Cagayan de Oro to Valencia, Bukidnon.
Wow, that's a great price.
That's the bus.
Yeah, the
Yes.
bus. So put that in your own, money. Put on
Pesos.
Google. Yeah, that's 290 pesos converted into your own money. So like what's that in U.S.? You double it, so that's like less than $6 to go from CDO to Valencia City area in Bukidnon. That's amazing. It's a big distance. You're traveling for hours
Yes.
and hours and hours, and you pay like $6 or less than $6. So
But
wow.
if you want to rent a car with the driver, the cost there is 4,500, including the gasoline and the driver.
Yeah, so about maybe 75 or $80 US, depending on
Rent a
the
car.
exact. We had that service a few times. We had
Yes,
a driver
twice.
take us from Valencia City up to CDO and back again. So it's still a pretty decent price,
Yeah.
and you don't have to worry about driving. You're not familiar with here. Just hire a driver to drive you, and it's pretty
Yeah.
cheap that way overall. Depending on what kind of budget you're looking to spend. Yeah.
But I think the good for me, if I am the first timer to coming here, the good is bus. Ride a bus because you will see all the beauty of Bukidnon.
That's true.
Yes.
Driving them, and they're very comfortable too. We've driven on the buses
And
many
it's
times.
already aircon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice ride. Sit in the front if you can.
Yes.
You get to see what the
Because
driver sees.
when we went to Cagayan de Oro with the Wigo and the driver, like, shoo!
Yeah.
the I think our travel is kind of really fast and a little bit scary.
Yeah. It's pretty fast. Some
Yeah.
of those bus drivers, man.
So I
Keep your
guess
eyes open.
it's reasonable if you travel by bus, so you can, you know, the beauty of Bukidnon.
So that's an example, like going from one, point A to point B, and then example CDO to Valencia City, Bukidnon. If you want to look at that and get an example, we'll give you an idea how to get around with a long distance travel. Now, like say they're in a certain area, like we're in Valencia City, and we just travel around, maybe from here to Maramag, which is like 30 minutes down the road, or from here to Malaybalay, which is another 30 minutes up the road. So kind of like you're in one place, and you like to kind of travel around from here to there to here. What are some of the expenses or a budget that they would need to get around, like, and
So
how? What are the
here,
transportation methods?
from Valencia going to Malaybalay, I think the fare there is less than 100 pesos. Yes, by bus.
$2 US.
Yes, and also you can ride multicab or van.
And what are these prices? People want to get an idea, like.
I guess it depends. It depends. I guess just or more than 100, something like that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
somewhere around the field of $2, you can get a ride 30 minutes up the road, 30 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
Just giving you an idea, because when you come here, you probably don't really have an idea how much you got to pay and what to use. And what are some of these again? You said there's the
Bus,
bus, of course.
multicab, and
Multicab.
van or jeep. It depends on where you going. Yeah.
And what do you mean by the van or jeep?
But here in Valencia to Malaybalay, you can ride bus. There's a lot of bus here. Like the transportation going to Malaybalay and going to Maramag, it's not a problem because the bus are 24 hours, and there is also a multicab and
You said van. What do you mean by the van?
van, like L3 van.
A what?
L3 van. Van type car.
That
Van
sounds.
for hire.
Oh, but that sounds like it's more expensive, is it?
No, not really, because of the competition.
And they take people like a bus?
Yeah, like that.
Like you get a. Oh, wow. I don't remember. We never did that, I don't think.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Oh, so you got lots of different ways.
Yes.
But interesting thing about the buses, I don't know if you'll feel comfortable to do this as a foreigner or not, but one thing I've learned as watching Mahal and being part of it too is you can stand on the side of the road and get
Yes.
like one of these, well, back home is like a Greyhound bus. And you just got to stand on the side of the road.
And then you
Yeah, put your hand up and you get a
Do a
big
step.
bus ride, for a really long, like a Greyhound ride bus where you normally back home you have to go to like a bus station, book your ride, all that kind of thing. Here, you just stand on the side of the road, wave your hand, they stop and pick you up. So it's really neat. Same with the other kind of buses too, like the metro type buses too. Of course, that's probably normal, but
yeah. So if you really want to anyway, for us here is kind of before from Davao to Valencia, we rent a van. That's van.
oh, that was yeah,
Yes.
that's right. That we did
Yes.
do it one time, right? That's
Yeah,
like a
so-
4-hour drive.
yeah.
We took a van and we moved some things too.
Yeah.
So it was all of
So
that.
it's
How
rent
much did we pay?
a car. Yeah, like around 6,500
Okay, and again,
for all our stuff.
convert that in your own currency, 6,500 pesos. I know in Canadian, that's like 100 and is it 6,000? 4,000 is 100. So an extra 2,000, which is 50, about 150 bucks Canadian. So
Yes.
what's that? A little over 100 bucks US maybe. And that was a van trip of about 4 hours. So again, we're giving you kind of ideas from point A to point B and some time references, because obviously your travel is going to be different and there's a lot of
Yes.
variables in the cost because of that. So these are some examples to give you an idea of how much it may cost you for some of your travels here. What about like if they're, kind of up the road like we are from Robinson's Mall, and they want to go to the mall and back home, like little short distances, what should they take and how much will that cost?
Just like here, because there's always a difference coming back from the from Robinson going to Baguntaas, especially we are in the what is that, far from the highway.
Yeah, we're
So
off the beaten track.
our kind of transportation is kind of no, our fare is kind of different because it's kind of like it's different from the normal fare because actually they are not allowed to come here because this is not their jurisdiction. So it's we kind of rent there. We rent them for their services. Like instead of 15 pesos for point to point drop off, we pay them per head. Yeah, like the price is kind of really expensive. Like instead of 15 pesos, so we pay them 50 per head just to bring us back home. Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking about like the little motorcycle rides?
Mm-mm, yeah, the
Okay,
tricycle. Yeah.
okay, because some of these what you're saying is like some of these transportation methods, they have a certain jurisdiction that they're only allowed to drive within, and if you're outside that jurisdiction, you kind of gotta get another little ride to get into their jurisdiction, right? So we took like, for example, some local motorcycles around
Yeah.
here, and we just hop on the back of the motorcycle, and then they could take us into the that jurisdiction where we can get a ride on those trikes or whatever you want
Yeah.
to call them. So there's a lot of little
Yeah.
differences when you're talking about the transportation over here and how to get around. Of course,
Yes.
if you're here for a long time, would you suggest a motorcycle, a scooter, or a car? What would you
It
suggest?
depends on your size, guys. Because for him, he's a big guy. He's not really comfortable in motor multicab, so he gonna they're gonna crawl inside the multicab. Yeah, because people will not give him way to sit in the in on his when he's comfortable side. He needs to crawl just to
Yeah.
get inside. So that's why it depends on your size. Or if you have money, you can rent a car. And for I have an update for a rent a car, just that it's 1,500 for the entire just inside Bukidnon. And if you want to go outside Bukidnon, you need to pay for the excess of 500 pesos, I guess, something like that. And of course, the 1,500, you are the driver and you need to put gasoline. That's the basic rent for the per day of the car.
You get the car yourself.
Yes,
You
but
drive around yourself.
yes.
And 1,500
Yeah.
per day plus
Yes,
gas.
per day plus gas. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, if you are just a typical, just like a Filipino um, height and weight, and you can ride motorcycle and a tricycle, it's okay. Or multicab is okay.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
my question was a little different, I think, than what you understood what I was trying to say. If someone is here for a long time, should they purchase like a motorcycle or just continue to take these little rides around or maybe purchase a car? What's the best if they're here long term? Just continue taking the local transportation or buy themselves maybe a motorcycle or a car? What do you recommend if they're here longer term?
It depends on your preference. If you prefer motorcycle, you can purchase motorcycle. And anyway, the motorcycle here, it's easy to purchase. Like if you have a Filipina, you can let your Filipina purchase the car because you're not allowed to buy some like that, like a car or under your name. So yeah, just but second hand is okay. Yeah, if you want, as I've mentioned, if you prefer motorcycle, there's a lot of company here. If you want the second hand car, just second hand, not the brand new. Yeah, it's not necessary as long as you have easy access of transportation.
Yeah, and I suggest go to a dealer where the car's been serviced properly because you never know who was driving that car behind, before you, and they could have tore it to pieces.
Or you
kinda
can
thing. So
have a
go to
surplus
dealer.
car.
They're cool.
There's a
yeah.
lot of
They're cool. Good deals too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my suggestion, as being a foreigner here for a long time, going on a year soon, in another month or so, my suggestion is we both did the local transportation with taxis, trikes, motorcycles, and such, and and then we bought a motorcycle, but I don't have a motorcycle license, and that was too much of a hassle. And now we have the car. And from my own little humble opinion, I love the car. We got a small
Yes.
car. It's easy to get around. I find that was a good choice for me because it's like driving in chaos over here sometimes, and the smaller the better because you can just get around almost like a motorcycle with a
Yeah.
small car, do U-turns and stuff like that. So I love the little car.
Yes,
Best choice
guys,
ever.
because he doesn't like staying at home. So that's why we decided to buy a second-hand car. Because for me, it's okay. I stay at home. I don't mind. I don't get bored because I'm a homebody, you know.
But now our body is not at home.
It's like, but for him, he wants to go around. So before we purchase the car, our transportation is it's really expensive. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's why we
expensive in a
decided
different
to,
way.
yeah, we decided to purchase a car,
And if,
secondhand.
if you are here long term, want to know how to purchase a car, we have one example on one of our channels. Of course, you can find all our channels on beautifulbabylove.com. And one of our channels, I mentioned how to buy a Wego, or a weird way to buy a Wego, if you look for that title. And it might give you some ideas of how to buy a car over here. It's how we did it. And it was basically through the credit card and a line of credit, sort of. And you come up with your own car payment per month, which is not even a set car payment. So that helps too. So if you want to watch that, it's a weird way to buy a Wego, if you want to check that out. But that's some of the transportation, some of the ways to get around, and some of the example costs, because obviously we can only give you examples, but it's good to make a judgment on, like the examples that Filipina gave you here. So any final words on transportation and costs of transportation?
Yeah, for a while. So guys, this is the tricycle here in the Bukidnon. But some part of
Can you see that very well?
this one.
Or is it? Yeah, sometimes you got to tip it forward a little. We're doing this old school, so I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah, like
It's gone our heart. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Sort of. Keeps
Yep.
coming and going. Trike.
Multicab.
Multicab.
Yes. It's kind of L3 van.
There you go.
Yeah.
Multicab.
Yeah.
These are the ones I used to squeeze into.
Yep.
And with about a dozen other people, shoulder to shoulder, men, and how tall I am, 6'2" or so.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
This is the bus.
There you go.
In
Let's try to
Bukidnon.
get info.
Yes.
There you go. The bus. Really nice. Air conditioned. Very
Air con-
comfortable.
yes.
Cool ride. Very fun. And sit in
Yeah.
the front if you can.
Yeah, so from Bukidnon, from Cagayan de Oro City here to Valencia is 290 pesos the fare.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yep.
You like the bus ride.
Yeah. Okay.
And what about showing like the ones you can buy for like $50 a month, 3-wheel things? These are
That's
really
the
cool.
minivan.
No. At MCOR, MCOR sells them. Those little 3-wheeler
Ah, the
things.
Bao. Okay.
Yeah, Bao. These are cool. So if you're here for a little bit longer stay and you want to invest in something pretty cheap because you don't want to, invest too much of your money, you can get these for like something like $50 a month or less.
Yep.
I think in US dollars is less than that.
This one. I
They're
told him not
cool
to
little
buy
things.
car.
Yeah, she wanted me to get this first.
Yes, I told
There they
him
are.
to just buy this second hand because it's just less than 100, but the brand new is more than 100,000
Yeah, they're really cool.
pesos.
And we have another video showing those in
But he
depth as
doesn't
well.
like it.
Well,
because
not instead of a car.
I told him that I will be your driver and you're the passenger sitting at the back.
It'll be an interesting sight. Filipina driving around one of those things, and I'm in the back. Hey, that's pretty. Life is good. But they are cool. I'd like to have one in addition to the car. But if you're here for a short time and you want to pay less, that's one way to do it, because a lot of those riding around the roads, and so that's another option right there. So we're giving you transportation options and some of the costs and so on for you to consider, and maybe research more. If you like one of these options, you can research it more in depth. So we're just kind of throwing out the options. I think that's about it, right? Next
Yeah.
is your feet. You can walk.
Yeah.
Or one of those animals. What do you call those animals? The big ones that we see the farmer going up and down the
Carabao.
road. Carabao.
Buffalo.
Yeah. See some people
Carabao.
riding those over here too.
Yeah.
Work animals, but
Yes.
you probably won't have to pay for them.
So guys, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe and put some comments wherever you are. Yeah, so you will know.
Yeah, and on our website there's a donate button.
Yeah.
So if you go to the website beautifulbabylove.com, the money goes into Filipina's bank account, and she's always helping someone, and that's truly the answer. She really is. So if you want to donate, you like our videos for whatever reason, you can donate any amount, even on your credit card if you like. There's an option there if you scroll down. So thank you.
Thank
God
you,
bless
and God bless everyone.